what you said at the start already, there's many companies, they either have never done an ERP implementation or it's been decades and the people that have done it back then are no longer with the business. So still no one has done it. So, and the customer doesn't know what they don't know. So they probably lead on the partner to know all the steps. But if the partner then isn't or doesn't have much capability with the organizational change management, then should that be a requirement to, apart from the implementation partner, also look for a, a change partner? Or should you just look for that change capability in your Microsoft implementation partner?
I would. I know we're going to be talking a little bit more about that later. But I would say that I would focus on I would focus on finding a partner that's doing what they're really good at. So, for example, you do not want to call me if you want to fix your backyard and make it pretty. You would want to call my wife instead, or somebody else. I can guarantee you that, right? So, I
Yeah,
think in the same sense, implementation partners often have a lot of good, strong technological experience and knowledge about the application.
yeah,
Um, and even then, I've seen this actually happen with I worked with a Bill Gates company out in Seattle in the past, and they actually contracted a program management firm in to only do that. It was actually quite brilliant.
okay,
So in the same vein, I think that we need to look at what can the implementation partner do. Yeah, they got a lot of consultants that are really good. They got technical architects, they got testers, they got developers, all that stuff. Use them for that purpose. They know what they're doing. Okay. In the
yeah,
same vein, I think that we need to look at, okay, who can now do our advisory and checks and balances and OCM and all that stuff? Well, that's where we come in. That's where we go like, well, we can help you with the organizational change management. We can help you with the program or project management. We actually have really strong people in data migration, something implementation partners often also they know sort of how to do it, but it's not a specialty. In fact,
yeah,
I've worked with implementation partners in the past that says, and I got a great example of that one. It's actually Microsoft Consulting Services that scoped out for a client a $40,000 data migration piece out of a $5 million project,
yeah,
and the customer believed because Microsoft Consulting Services are the experts. So the customer believed that they would get all their data migrated for those 40,000. And I had to advise them and say, listen, hang on. 40,000 will do the assessment of your data and what you need and give you some tools. It's not going to migrate the entire data set. In fact,
yeah.
it cost them over $1.5 million before they were done with the data migration.
Oh wow.
So you should look at other partners. You should look at an program management specialist. Just like you probably called in, if you're a large company, you called in a company to help you with the software selection. For
Hmm.
example, if you wrote an RFP,
Yep.
in the same vein, you should figure out, okay, who can do good program management? Who can do good organizational change management? Is this partner really good with data migration? Is this partner good with this and that? We have partners in the channel. We actually have a specialty unit that does this as well, that does reporting, output management, input management. A lot of partners actually, I've worked for one in the past where the rule of thumb was that we scoped out the projects, but we always told the client we don't do the reports. We just don't because reports can be a sinkhole if you're not careful, right? Because
Yeah,
everybody prettied up here and there and everywhere, right? So
yeah,
yeah, you should get different partners that know what they're doing. Just like you get the electrician, the plumber, etc. But you may have a general contractor to build your house, but they pull in all the specialists.